morning, internet. Okay, so it's Sunday. It is the 18th of June and it is 23 minutes past 11 o'clock now. So this is just going to be, this is literally a very short ride this morning. We've lost the sun. We haven't lost the warmth, but we've lost the sun, hey? But you know what? It's still nice to get out on the bike, which I haven't done for a while. Let's not forget, I'll get my tongue sorted out. Let's not forget, today is Father's Day, yeah? So, to all the fathers out there, let's wish ourselves a happy day. And, you know what? Some of us get it right, some of us get it wrong. The main thing is we all try, so let's all have a good Father's Day. Anyway, so I sort of called this, as you'll see by the title, the doom and gloom in Brittany, eh? I'll tell you what, I think this time, I think we'll go this way for a change. Yeah, the doom and gloom in Brittany. Which you might think, well, it's a bit sombre. And, oops a daisy, as he misses the gear. To be fair, it hasn't been the best time here, has it, just lately? I'm sure everyone on the news saw that terrible thing that happened to that English family, where that poor young girl was killed and the father, who is still critically ill in hospital. I mean, it's awful. You know, it really is. There's not a lot you can say, is there? Let's face it. Apart from sympathy and disbelief. So that's one thing. And the other thing, and this is me. This is probably me feeling sorry for myself. Sometimes, you know, it doesn't matter what sort of person you are or what you do, you sort of end up in a bit of a dark place, you know. And the last sort of week I've been there, and it's no big deal, you know. You have to deal with these things, and I deal with it in lots of different ways, and one of the ways that I do is by doing something like this. This gives me a bit of pleasure. I get out on the bike, but this is the first time that I've done this. It's crazy, really. You know, you get yourself down, and you know, you don't even want to do the things that you love, you know. And the worst of it is, you even have a go at the people that you love, and they don't deserve that. And anyway, look, you know, that's just me, innit? I mean, this channel isn't for this, but yeah, I just wanted everyone to know that, you know, that's why I really haven't been around. And it does make a few changes to my plans, which I think is important for people to know, because I've been saying, oh yeah, you know, I'm going to do a camping trip, I'm going to have a couple of nights away, and that was intended to be this coming week. That was a whole plan, that this week I was going to go away for a couple of nights, but unfortunately that's all had to, certainly for now, be put on the back burner, and that can't happen. There's a few changes that's going to have to be made, and that is one of them. What hasn't got to be changed, hopefully, is well, I keep missing that gear today. I tell you what it is today. I've actually and going off the subject, because I'm really good at that, I just waffle on, but I'm actually riding in a lot thinner boots today. So the gear lever, I know this sounds silly, but the gear lever isn't quite responsive as it used to be. Well, not the gear lever, but my foot touching the gear lever. So yeah, there you go. And okay, that between first gear, then you've got into neutral, then up to second gear, I'm used to just touching it, and it goes straight up, but it doesn't, it keeps out. So anyway, there you go. So yeah, there are a few changes that I've got to make, and the camping trip, I mean, who knows, there is a possibility that in a couple of weeks time I just might be able to get a little trip in. I don't know, we will have to see. But the main thing is, you know, that I think people, it doesn't matter who you are or how you react to things, you know, there's always a lot more people in this world that are a lot worse off than you are, and somehow you got to get yourself out of the dark place and back into a good place. I was watching yesterday, well no, this morning, Moto Latvia, Harry from Moto Latvia, and he went out on his new bike, on his Suzuki DL1000. Beautiful motors on them. The engines are absolutely fantastic, indestructible. Anyway, and I sat there this morning with a coffee. I gotta be honest, still feeling extremely sorry for myself, and and I saw him, you know, a beautiful countryside, fantastic video he did, lovely ride, and that inspired me. You know, sometimes we need a bit of a kick up the backside, you know. And I thought to myself, I looked outside and I thought, well, hang on a minute, who's nicked the sun for the start off, because that just wasn't anywhere to be seen. But still, I thought, you know what, sun, no sun, I'm going out, you know. And here we are. And like I say, oh, I got it, look, first to second without, yeah. So here we are, out for a ride. Like I say, the weather, let's have a look at the temperature. The trusty Himalayan temperature gauge, which is reading at 23 degrees. So, well, I don't know, 21 maybe, 20, but you know what, still got the Airtex jacket on, still just got a t-shirt under it. It's not cold, it's not cold at all. So let's have a quick look at the bike, shall we? Seeing as that all I've done since I've come on is literally, I've given you the doom and gloom. So let's try and get back to what I intended this channel to be, and it's fun, and that's what it should be. So look at us, we are doing nearly 90, well, about 85 kilometres. We're up to 4,000 revs. The bike running, I think, as usual, extremely nice. So yeah, what can I say? And of course, we have the holiday season looming upon us, where, I mean, days like today, look, you know, okay, Sunday morning, well, nearly midday or knocking on to midday, these roads are pretty quiet. In fact, we're heading for Trebul. Now, we've been to Trebul before. Like I said, this is just a little ride. We're heading to Trebul. Just really for me to see how many people are around today. But in another few weeks' time, when, you know, when the holiday season gets like full bore, these roads will change. They really will. Will be interesting to see, going back to Harry in Latvia, what sort of tourist industry they have there. I mean, I know, you know, it's obviously where I live, in the Breton, just outside Camp Air in Finisterre. We have an awful lot of English here because it's so easy to get to, isn't it? You know, hop on a ferry, get across, and it's geared up for it, you know. Campgrounds, sites, little sites, big sites, motorhomes, you know, you name it. Brittany, Normandy, it's all geared up for it, you know. So I would imagine that maybe in Latvia, and I've never been there, although I would absolutely, that when I watch the videos that he puts on, I mean, what a place, hey? I would love to go there, I really would. But anyway, I'm just wondering what sort of tourist industry. He's touched on campsites, you know, when he's gone round and that, you know. In fact, in today's one that I watched, there was one where he said there was a little sort of holiday site with chalets and that. So yeah, but of course it's much further to, you know, to get to. But hey, what a beautiful place. Maybe Harry, if you're watching my video, one day you might have a duck at the door. Hey, and me and the Himalayan will be there with a tent on the back. You never know, mate. Anyway, but yeah, so we're sort of building up to it here, you know. Oh, look at this, sun's sneaking its way back out, which is always nice. And we've gone up a degree, we're 24. Oh, we've had some beautiful weather here, you know. We've been the high 20s up into the 30s. I mean, it's been absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it really has, you know. And of course, I reckon it's going to get a lot hotter than that. But still, roll on the summer, eh? Because unfortunately they tend to be short-lived, you know. A couple of 3 months, and unfortunately where we are, we're back to that rain again, and that, I hate the rain, I really do. I don't mind, well, I'm not a big lover, as a lot of my videos that I put on when I first got this bike, you know, I'm certainly not a big lover of the rain. The rain, but the cold. I don't like the cold, you know. I love this. You don't have to have blistering sunshine. I mean, this is nice, you know. It's nice and warm. It's great. Yeah. So we need to get out and enjoy it. I mean, that's another little thing which is a bit of a downer for me and the family at the moment. We were going up to Normandy in the tent. We bought a new family tent, and I don't know whether you caught the video that we put it up, the air tent. Well, unfortunately that holiday this year will not be taking place, but you know, let's see what next year brings, shall we? Things change, eh? Definitely some clouds in the sky today, and there's been thunder over the last week or two, coming up from Spain, Portugal, I know the south of France, and even mid-France, you know, coming up our coast, La Rochelle, Saint-Nazaire, that sort of place. They had some wicked thunderstorms. And then over in the UK, you know, but for some unknown reason, and most unusual, it seemed to skip over us. I mean, we normally cop for the lot, you know. If there's any bad weather around, we get it, you know. It dumps it on Finisterre, and yeah. But for some unknown reason today, well, this time, we seem to escape everything, you know. It was just nice for a change. Yeah, you got to be very careful here, because as we approach down here, there's a 50 sign here, and just further down there's a little turning where them cones are. Hopefully you'll see on the GoPro. And just past them cones is where our friendly gendarmes hang out with their little cameras, eh? Just down there, look. I mean, they're not there today, but just because it's Sunday doesn't mean to say they're not. I mean, come on. When the governments of the world want to make some revenue, let's get out and cop the motorists. So yeah, that's a well-known place for them to be lurking. So always take it nice and easy coming down here. Well, the roads are still pretty quiet. Now we're going to go into Trebull a different way this time. I've never actually oh, I've done it again, eh? Straight into neutral. Maybe these boots I will not use again. They're not quite as comfortable as I thought they was going to be, so there you go. But you don't know these things until you try. Right, so yeah, this is another approach to treble, and like I said, never actually taken you this way. So nothing spectacular really, I mean, you know. Oh, I've done it again. Yeah, definitely lose the boots. These used to be, well, they still are, these are still working. These are the ones that that place there at least does the old wooden boats, you know, because we're sort of on the estuary there, as you can see. Tree line, very nice. Got nothing behind us, so we can go nice and easy. I mean, this is a big private marina here. Yeah, look, there's some more here. See, you know, this is where these are the old, you know, boat mechanics and boat builders here. Look, yeah, look at this. Hey, you know, dying trade, I suppose, really, because of all the fiberglass and look at them. But you know, see all that there? Extremely quiet around here, apart from camper vans, but they get everywhere. But yeah, I would have thought that it would have been actually busier by now, but yeah, it's not. This is a nice bar, the Banana Boat. See that? That's a nice bar. That's absolutely packed in the summer. I mean, you know, there's a few people around, but I did think that there'd be more. Busy location this though, this, yeah. That bridge up there, we have actually been across there. And this is a little snack bar, restaurant. This part of it is like the snack bar. Fish and chips, hey? That's a new sign. And then this bit here is the restaurant. I'll put the visor up a minute. Yeah, this bit here is the restaurant, look. I would imagine these are gearing up for Sunday lunch. As is this one, look, so this is these here. Yeah. I'll tell you what, in like 2 or 3 weeks time, you won't move here, literally. In fact, in 2 or 3 weeks time, we'll actually do this run again, yeah, and you will see the difference, yeah. The pompiers, is it the pompiers? No, it's the ambulance. Yeah, hopefully for no reason. Look at that there, look, huh? Now that once again, obviously the GoPro doesn't. Let me just get rid of this car behind me, because I can't, it's not fair to me to pootle along dead slow when I've got other things behind me. Right, pull back out. That across there, that's Treble. That's where we've ridden before, and I've actually turned round on that car park there. Again, like I say, I'm not too sure how well the GoPro's going to pick that up. But yeah, beautiful view out to sea. Look at this, lovely. This place called the Docks. That goes beneath there, And that's a bit of a nightclub, eh? Oh yes, if you want to rock the night away, that's the place to do it. Now we're just going to turn round somewhere here, and we're going to do this ride back the other way, so we get the view the other way, because this that we're actually coming into now, well, in actual fact, hang on a minute, I know we're going to turn it round, but we could sort of go down here first, and this here, oh, there's a gate on it now. Okay, maybe we can get in further down here in the main road then. I'm sort of thinking, I'm sure we can. Yeah, why not? Okay, so this here, this is like a sort of industrial bit, yeah? And this is all professional fishermen, you know. This is, some of these are the factories that process the fish. I mean, a lot of these, as you can see, are unfortunately closing, because, you know, it's I won't say it's a hugely dying trade, but it's not doing too good. There again, neither are a lot more places in this day and age, eh? But yeah, so this actually takes us, this round here is the professional docks, yeah. And I know there's a sign that says, you know, that we shouldn't. Oh, there's a no fishing sign. You used to be able to fish here, but according to this now, you can't fish. Okay. So what we'll do is look. Well, they seem to be fishing across there. Yep. Okay, and there's some more fishing there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to pull, we'll go in a car park, yeah? I always want to duck when I go in here. I know it's stupid, but I do. And we'll just have a little turn round here. For no particular reason, of course, just a little ride, eh? If you want to stand in the middle of the road, that's fine. I'm not going to bother you. But there's all that's the professional side. This is the professional side, yeah. Yeah. So there you go. But this used to be, there used to be a lot more factories, and I mean a lot of them are closed down now, you know. Again, sign of the times, isn't it, eh? But this one here, this is one of the bigger processing units, yeah. Try not to run a dog over. I do you know what? You know those leads that they have where, you know, they're about 70 metres away from the owner. Do you know, I hate those things, I really do. You know, I can imagine putting my dog on one of them, you know. I got a canny Corso, you know, 82 kilos of muscle, and he's like on one of them leads, and you think to yourself, whoa, my son, hey, let's slow down. You know, you try and hold him back, it doesn't always quite work that way, you know. But they are an absolute, or can be, a pain in the bum, because I've had them run out at me, and the owner's got no, you know, not huge dogs, but the owner's got no control at all. Now, this place here, right in front of us, the one that's full of graffiti, that used to be Chancerelle, which is still, it's moved now. It moved from the port, which is a bit strange really, considering that they are one of the biggest fish processing factories around here. But they moved from there. They were based there for years, and they've moved a little bit. They're still in Douarnenez, they're still in this area, but They are now in new, bigger premises, I suppose, what did it more modern, you know. It's just a shame how things become so quickly, not vandalised, well it is vandalised, let's face it, you know, full of graffiti. It doesn't look nice, does it, eh? I know some of these people think they're fantastic street artists, but to be fair, and some are, I mean, I gotta be honest, I've seen some and you think, wow, you know, that's really nice, but to just daub it all in sometimes abusive writing, to me it's I just don't get the point really. But still, there you go. That's my opinion. Look at that, what a view, eh? Quite nice. Not too sure what matey boy's doing here. Any indication would be so much appreciated. I'm sure the car in front of me saying. I mean, there's no rush, you know, no one's in a rush. I'm the one in the world to say let's not rush, but sometimes, you know, you do actually get someone who maybe just a little bit more consideration for fellow users of the road, eh? Anyway, that's neither here or there, is it? So we're going to go. We're gonna go back through here, so you see this from coming the other way, and then I'm going to end this video at the end of here, because like I said, this was just a get out of the house, literally get out of the house. UK motorhome-ish. Fair play to them. You get a lot of people, you know, of us elder generation, shall we say, who they come over here before the actual school holidays. Now for me, I don't have a huge choice in that, because, you know, I got young kids, and so, you know, we holidays and our days out or whatever we do are going always to be in that time, you know. But of course, if you are older and your children have grown up, you can take full advantage to get over here either before or after. And this year, the before, that they've had fantastic weather, and you know, that's really nice, eh? It really is. Look at that, they pack them in here, eh? They really do. Look before you cross, my man. Yeah, I'll tell you what we have got on the rise in France this year, our friendly Awnings. I think I touched on this a couple of weeks. They are everywhere. The size, we had, you know, the size of these, we've had some huge ones flying around the house. You've got to be careful, because the trouble is, if they're really, you know, the great huge, I mean, I'm talking big, a lot of times that can be the queen trying to find a place, you know. And I don't like killing anything, I really don't, you know, but I gotta be honest, the last thing I want is a hornet's nest. We've already had two, you know, and I don't want another one, you know, because they are not friendly at all. And then I got our dog, you know, who's the most stupidest thing on earth, tries to eat them. Deary me. Oh, I'll tell you what, I got to tell you this quickly before I go. Again, I wish, well, I actually tried to get in the house and get my mobile phone and film this, because again, it's one of them things that unless you actually see it, you really wouldn't believe it, you know, and unless it was caught on camera, you know. It's all right, I had a bit of a, there I am talking away and not really paying too much attention to what I'm doing. Is this little girl? No. Me and these boots are not getting to like these gear changes at all. Right, okay. So, yesterday, I was sat in the house having a cup of coffee, and our dog, and I don't know whether you noticed, I'm sure you must have seen it on some of the videos, but our dog is got a sort of big part of the garden, but it's all fenced off so he can't get out, and he moseys around there, you know. Canny Corsos, lazy dogs, they really are, and he's there in the sun and sort of lying down and moseying around, so we just let him get on with it, you know. And all of a sudden my son is like screaming, "Dad, Dad, get out here quick, there's an animal in with the dog." And I thought to myself, an animal with the dog? Don't be silly, you know. You've got to be stupid if you try and get in my house with that dog. You really have. Anyway, so I goes out, and what had happened was, like I said, it's all fenced off with sort of chain link fencing, but there's a gate, and there's probably a gap of about, I don't know, maybe a foot, you know, to the ground. And what had happened, a badger had got in, because in there there's a fish pool, and this badger had decided, look at this bike come up this here, whoa, that was in for, anyway, sorry, got totally carried away. Right, so this badger had decided that he was going to come to the fish pool to have a drink, yeah. Now I'll tell you what, my dog is not friendly, and fair play, the claws on these badgers are horrendous, you know. I mean, they can do some serious damage, but strangely enough, the dog didn't want to hurt it. He was inquisitive and was nudging him with his nose, but likewise I think the badger knew that the dog didn't want to hurt him, and therefore all he wanted to do was get to the fish pool and drink. So he has his drink, the dog's still nudging him away, and then he just turns round under the gate and into the cornfield. And you know, I thought to myself, this is where then I'm trying to get into me phone, which by the time I had it gone anyway. But you know, unbelievable, eh? And this is probably 1-2 o'clock in the middle of the day. Unusual to see badgers out that time of the day, but lovely sight. I mean, we've had deers in the garden several times, you know, hedgehogs, rabbits, hares, you name it, but never a badger, not that close, not coming in for the drink. So you know what a beautiful world sometimes we do live in. Okay folks, anyway, look, I hope you've enjoyed this little ride. I know I've gone nowhere particularly special. It has actually done me the world of good, you know. So like I say, I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to try and get another one out this week, hopefully try and source somewhere a bit more interesting. Stay safe, look after yourselves, enjoy the weather, but more, just enjoy your lives. Catch you in the next video. See you soon. Bye for now.